welcome back to the XSP Green Monster channel. Out in the truck again. Now I'm going to show you guys how to tune an amp. I will be doing this with a tool, and that is the SMD AMM-1, which is basically like a DD1. So with the DD1 it'll be almost the exact same procedure. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please comment down below a video that you guys would like to see, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm going to get right into it here. So I'm going to be tuning this amplifier. That one is not hooked up yet, as I need to get the plug for the DS1 that goes in here for it to actually hook up. So the first thing I'm going to do is to just remove one of these cords. I'm probably going to end up just removing this ground. You can do it on ground or power. So I will get what I need to do that. It's back over at the amp. We're just going to remove one of the power wires. So we got that out. Set you guys over here. And we're just going to take this wire, and it's going to go through the hole in the AMM-1. So, just like so. And then it's going to get plugged back into the amplifier. There we go. So now that's plugged in, you're going to take your leads, and I already have some holes that I used before. You're just going to push them into the power and grounds respectively. So then you have the AMM-1 ready to go. I'll try and set this up in a place where we're going to be able to see it, which could be difficult. Now I'll quickly go over the settings on the back of the amplifier as well. So if we go down to right there, if we go down to these settings, you can see we have the gain up here for channels 1 and 2. We have bass boost, we have the crossover settings right there, and the bottom one is for channel 3 and 4. So we want to make sure first of all that the bass boost is all the way down on both of them, and then we want the gains to be all the way down for now too. Now after that, so gains are down, so now channels 1 and 2 are my mids and highs, so I want that on a high pass, which means it's going to let frequencies over a certain frequency go through. We want that on this one, just on this middle setting, and we're going to want to set, I'm going to set this high pass frequency roughly to, let's see, roughly to like 80-ish hertz, probably even lower, roughly like 60-ish hertz. Go down there, so that's this one right here. And I'm going to do the same for the tweeters. I'm going to set that to probably the very lowest, which is usually not the very lowest, probably around the middle, which should be around 2500 hertz. And this is just kind of as like a preliminary like safety for setting all these for me, because I have the 80 PRS head unit and that has internal crossovers that I have set, but you can still kind of see, and I'll tilt it so maybe it's a little bit easier for you guys to read. So that was what I was looking at. Like I said, we got gains, which we're going to set, bass boost off. These are set regarding high pass for mids, low pass for tweeters. Not low pass for tweeters. Okay, wait, no. Low pass for mids, high pass for tweeters. That's how we want them. I messed up before. I always get these confused. Low pass is, it lets frequencies below a certain range go. And high pass is it lets frequencies above a certain range go, which actually, so I want high pass for both of them. So you want high pass for both because you only want these speakers to be playing the frequencies that they are meant to play. And for my mids, that's about 80 hertz to 5,000 hertz, and for my tweeters, that's about 3,000 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So I only want this playing above around 80 or 60, and I only want this playing above around 3,000 or 4,000, because obviously there's a slope curve in there as well. And these just affect what these numbers mean on these two dials, and these dials are just kind of set roughly since you can't tell precisely what it is. Now I'm going to set you guys up somewhere where hopefully you can see the audio multimeter, and I'm going to set my head unit on 55 because that's where I like tuning my stuff, is at volume level 55. On YouTube, which I know that YouTube isn't the best place to play stuff, but for this I do need to use it, and it's not terrible for tuning as long as you do it right. So on YouTube I'm just going to search 1000 test tone. And I want this 1000 hertz frequency test tone. And actually, yeah, so there, you can kind of hear it. So that's what I'm going to be playing. This is at -3 dB. I'm going to play this over the system while the system's set on 55, and I'm going to slowly adjust the gain on just the mids. Because the tweeters have less power handling, so I'm actually just going to kind of eyeball the tweeters. But I'm going to set this up in the car right now, and I'll start it again, and hopefully you guys can watch the AMM-1. Okay, so here we go. I got all set up there. I turn on the SMD AMM-1. You can see it is a little low on battery. I'm going to turn it to mode. Just keep going through them until I get to dyno power. So you guys will be able to see how much this amplifier puts out in real time, or at least its max. And this clipping light will come on and hit clipping. This is going to get really loud for a second, and I'm just going to tune it, so it's just going to be very loud for a couple seconds, but then it'll be back down to normal. So I'll set you guys up hopefully in a way where you can see what is going on here. There we go. Get you guys focused. Alright, so now I'm just gonna play it. It's gonna be extremely loud, and then it's gonna get shut off. So here we go. Alright, so there we go. The system is tuned now. You can see it jumped up to clipping, registered that, and then it went back down. So I clamped 262 watts out of one channel on this amplifier. Can go ahead and shut the car off now. You can kind of see my switches, so this will shut off amplifiers, alternators, and then the things, and obviously shut off the whole thing. You can smell them up here a little bit. You can always smell the speakers after you tune on a test tone. Test tones are very rough on speakers, so you gotta kind of remember that. But it's kind of part of it. So now I'm just gonna remove everything that I just did. Also, just to quickly go back, so you can see I brought it up to clipping and then backed it down off till the clipping light went away, and that means it is tuned at clipping. So the only other thing that I need to do here, I'll set you guys down. Okay, so as I was saying, the other thing I need to do is I can look at where that one was tuned, and I'm just going to turn this one up to about where that one's set, and then back it off a little bit for my tweeters. So you can kind of see, I don't know if you guys can see in there, but basically it's just set a little bit lower than my mids, so I know that those won't be clipping. And the only reason that I'm not tuning those as well is because The AMM-1 doesn't tune above a 1000 hertz frequency, and I don't want to do a 1000 hertz frequency on the tweeters because that could ruin them. And now after you're done tuning, it's just a fact of taking out the plugs from the wires. And then you just gotta take the wire out from there. Clean up the wire a little bit. Stick it right back in there. And then I can tighten it all up. And we're good to go. Now the system is tuned. It's plugged back in and it's ready to play. Alright everyone, so we'll just play it a little bit. I'll do a short little clip of what it sounds like, and then we'll get back up to the apartment and I'll end it there.
Maybe your Belarus still really, and I'll tell them where the fuck you gon' see me. Maybe in Atlanta, see me party in a B Street. The Jabba niggas out there smoking on that green.
Back up in the apartment now. I hope that you guys enjoyed that footage of me showing you guys how to tune your amplifiers with an SMD AMM-1 or a DD-1. It should be similar. I just was looking back over the footage a little bit and I saw that you couldn't actually see the clipping light in the video, which I apologize for, but it's already tuned and I have to leave for spring break, so I don't have time to go back and refilm it. But there's just that red light and it turns on when it shows clipping and it turns off when it's not clipping, so it's pretty self-explanatory. It was still the exact same procedure, and I also know that a lot of the footage was just a close-up of my hand while I was trying to tune in the amp, and I'm sorry for that, but I think I was still able to show everything that I wanted to and how to tune an amp and kind of set it preliminary. Like I said, I have an Pioneer 80 PRS head unit which has internal crossovers, so I don't have to worry as much about crossing over my amp. If you're really getting into like sound quality and stuff like that, you really need to do some research on where your speakers drop off and where their lowest frequency range is, and then kind of go off of there. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please leave a comment down below of a video that you guys would like to see. I'll see you guys in the next video.